Right, something to
So,
look forward to, besides the
yeah,
hot weather.
yeah. And Mr. Ron Brown will be joining us. He's going to be a little late, but that's okay. He's having dinner. And I want to thank everybody that's already in, Charles and John and Chris. Thanks for joining, guys. And Mike. I can't
Yep.
forget
Hey,
Mike.
everybody. Hope everybody is staying cool on this wonderfully hot week.
Yeah, right? It's been super hot here. Oh my gosh. Uh,
Yes.
you're probably like me. You have to get up really early and get everything done outside and then move inside and
Yeah.
finish up.
Yeah. I do that first thing when I get up in the morning. I've got my morning chores, the dog, and I like to feed the birds and change the water to bird bath, and I go out and spray my milkweed for aphids. All that good. So I like to look at it every morning. I just register myself as a mass murderer for insects. Not that I complain, but they might.
You
Probably,
crack me.
I'm probably on their hit list at some point, but I'll worry about that later.
Oh, I don't think so. But you want to welcome Max to the show? It'd be awesome if you would.
Yeah, yeah. Um, wait, who? Wait.
I just threw you a curve big time, right?
Yeah, you did.
Sorry about
Maybe
that.
maybe it's a background noise while the
Yeah,
fans on I've got here because I've got this gentle breeze in my Hawaiian surroundings.
forgot to send you that memo. My apologies.
Oh,
So
yeah,
last,
and I've got my memo pad right here,
I
and it's like,
know, all right.
man, that's not on it.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry to blindside you with that one. But anyway, our mystery guest tonight, Jenna, is Max from Max Air 420. So
Oh,
that
nice.
said, let's get him in here. Hey,
Yeah.
what is going on, Max? Thanks for joining, man.
Hey,
Such
Mr.
short
Max.
notice.
Hey Al, hey Jenna, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah. See, I didn't get that memo. God, see, and I got my memo pad right here. See, I'm prepared.
I know you
It's all
are,
Al's
and
fault.
apologies. It is. You throw me under the bus anytime.
Okay, I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
So we've been having a really hot spell here. I know you work out
Yeah,
Max, and you've been going through that heat big time, right? How's it been?
I think it's been like 98 here. It's been hot as well. I think it was like 98 today. Yeah,
The worst part is
stinks when you
like,
have to work outside.
Yeah, that's
Wish I
not.
could work inside today, but nope.
yeah. The worst part is we're breathing water, right? With that 80% humidity we get here on the East Coast, at least in
Hmm.
Virginia. What's the humidity like in your neck of the woods, Jenna?
It's today wasn't bad. I mean, it's hot. I mean, don't get me wrong, but there was a little bit of a breeze, and it seemed like yesterday there just wasn't much of a breeze, but today there
True.
is. God, and that
Hmm.
could just make so much difference.
Hmm.
As of right now, I've got the breeze over there. I've got the breeze over there. I've got a breeze over there because I'm upstairs in my luscious Hawaiian studio, as you can tell. Um, and yeah, there's no air conditioning upstairs, so it gets warm.
It
That it
does.
is.
So you got any big plans for doing anything in outside with RC guys? Jenna, you can go first, or Max. It doesn't matter.
Probably not this weekend. It's supposed to be hot this weekend. Probably stay indoors and edit videos.
That's what I should do. God, I could edit videos for a month. um, but
Yeah.
no, my infant, I gotta come up with a name for that build. It's like the longest build in history, Al, or something. I have to come up with an abbreviation for it or something. But
Oh wow. Yeah. The
yeah,
little
that
one.
one, my little 3.5 inch in the next room, and you know,
Yeah.
got
How's
this
that going?
Al, Max, we got together and I was thinking, it's like, okay, I got this antenna, but it just sticks out the back. It's just going to flap around. And I said, what am I going to wrap around? I'm trying to do this, that. And Al was like, well, you could do this. And, he sent me a little printed mount for it. And I thought I put it where it was supposed to go, but then he goes, yeah, it doesn't fit there. You have to grind those standoffs down. And
Mm.
then force this thing on and force this thing through it. And I'm thinking, okay,
Don't forget the heat shrink too, man.
I got the heat shrink, yeah. So I'm downstairs holding these standoffs, against a grinder for crying out loud. I mean, this is like just typical build stuff, right? Just grinding these things down in little circles so I can get, the antenna mount over it.
Hmm.
So,
Fun stuff.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the build.
Yeah.
Yeah, rocking it.
It's
I'm
a learning
telling.
experience for sure.
It is. It's an experience, but I gotta tell you, Max. I showed this to Al that you know, this guy right here.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
boy,
When I started last year, and everybody was talking about this drone, and it's like, God, I want to be able to fly that. So simulator, lift off all throughout the winter, and this is it. I mean, it's a little old right now, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, the Nazgul.
oh yeah, the dead cat.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it. But I'm
Get a
not gonna fly
receiver in
it.
there and let's go.
Yeah. Well, she don't even have to worry about that, Matt.
I'm not gonna fly this until I get the build up in the air. So
Okay.
one step at a time. So, but I got props. Yay. Um, but anyway, yeah, I got another box of props right here. So, yeah, batteries.
Well,
So,
that's exciting stuff. That really is exciting. Don't
yeah,
you-
no, I'm looking forward to it. Next week is some travel. Actually, we'll be in Tennessee next week, so get some travel.
Do you plan to visit anybody that flies in Tennessee?
Well, it's gonna be around the greater Nashville area ish. So
Are you gonna hang around for Minefield?
I can't. If I could, I would. That's like 2 weeks later. But Minefield's on Saturday, and me and my girlfriends have a concert to go to Friday night.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to be able to make it down in time for Minefield. So, yeah, I'm going to go down for a few days beforehand.
So, what quads are you going to take with you?
Well, I might take the build. But if I don't take that for whatever reason, then I'll take the little, the GEP RC, fly that, and the Air 2S.
Nice.
So I'll have my regular camera drone, and I'll have my little FPV drone, and might get into doing something silly because that's Ken Heron territory. You never know.
Yeah, you can definitely go off the cuff with Ken, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to be on your toes.
Hey, now our guest has finally arrived. I see him backstage here, Mr. Ron Brown. So, you ready to join, Ron? Shake your head, and I'll let you in. He's shaking his head, so that means he wants in.
Yep.
Hey, you want in on this party? Welcome, Ron Brown. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Sorry, I was just finishing the strip and stuff back
I
here
was
in the
just gonna
green
say,
room before I came
finish
on.
the shrimp.
Hey, it was really good back here in the green room where I'd have been on time. How's everybody tonight?
We are
Good,
well.
Ron. How are
Doing
you?
good. How you doing, Ron?
Good, Jenna. Good, Max. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. I had a few questions. I know, like Jenna, she keeps her notepad of talking points. I actually keep one on the Word document, but I had a few for you to ask you later. But what is going on in your neck of the woods, Ron? What is happening?
Just summer down here at the Jersey Shore. It's a busy time down here. I live in a resort town, so for 3-4 months of the year, it's real busy down here, and the rest of the year, it's nice and slow. So this is the busy time of year. I don't get to fly as much because there's a lot of crowds around, so you have to get up early and fly or go late because and the open areas that are like the beach and stuff are crowded with people. So, but it's been a good summer. It's been cool up until just the last couple of days. It finally got hot down here, so that was nice that we were cooler than most of the country, who has been under a lot of heat wave. And just today, Al, we had a little breaking news today. They released another remote control firmware for the Mini 3 and the RC DJI RC controller, the one with the screen, that fixed the issue with the compass. The compass was broken with the previous remote controller update that came out last weekend. So now it's refixed again with this new firmware. So it's kind of it's like firmware. It's like remember the old. You're a Microsoft guy. Remember in the old days, it used to be Patch Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Microsoft updates would come out. It's almost like that with this little mini drone.
Yeah, no, I think I have a schedule for Monday nights now. Sorry. No, no. Joking aside, no, I schedule mine now for Wednesday night, so I have a day playing around with it before I go on here with you guys on Thursday. But yeah, I remember those days, man. And it was like if you were in IT world, those patches sometimes were such headache because they would freaking, if it messed with Outlook, oh my God, every corporate in the country would be freaking out, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So looks like we got a good crowd joining, guys. So we have Akirasha's joining us, Bill is joining us, Fly Guy Merrill 399.9 is joining us. We got Scott from Black Rabbit, we got John from Flying Flame Medias, we got Charles, and if I know I've left out a few of you. Thanks for coming by, guys. And also, we have another mystery guest.
Oh,
Another one. I know, Jenna. I am sorry, you didn't send out the memo.
I'm just out of the loop on this. So.
hey, the more mystery gets, the merrier.
I know it is fine. What's up, Brian? What's going
Hello,
on?
Brian.
What's up?
Now he's eating the shrimp still. So
You caught me eating. You caught me eating.
Hey Al, I got a question for you. Once you brought Ron in, my audio went very dim. Is there a way to turn up our audio inside with us
Yeah.
through
if you go
through
to the
you?
lower right
Because
bottom,
I'm turned all the way up and I can barely hear you guys.
I'm going
Wow.
to see what I can do. Go
Because
to-
Max, your audio is outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mike's right here next to my mouth. So
yeah.
I've tried so many different like headsets, and I haven't tried a mic yet because I use my phone, but I have to use an adapter for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one so far works out pretty good. It's just I can't hear you guys. It was
I-
fine until like Ron came. I'm not saying it was you, Ron.
I have no control over your audio. I was just checking my settings. Ron, is there a settings for each individual guest?
Um,
What
not,
other audio?
not that I know of.
Yeah, then I'm looking through all my settings here.
Al, if it could possibly be me, would you like me to leave and then come back in again, and maybe that would fix it?
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's what I'll do. Okay, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
No, well, I'll leave. Max, I was the problem. I should leave.
No, but I don't.
Okay.
No, but to your point, Ron and Max, I don't think necessarily it was you because when I was on first, and I thought it was just because I
Yeah,
had
in the beginning, I thought it was low, but then it got lower since Ron came on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I turned my speakers all the way up.
I'm having no problems at all hearing anybody. The audio coming into me is
Yeah.
fine. I'm hearing you all great.
Same here, Ron. I mean, all audio good here. Brian, audio check with you?
I can hear everybody. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Crap. I don't know what to tell you, Max. Obviously, you can't hear us. Bam. Crap. All right, I'm gonna knock you out and bring you back in.
There you go. Speaking of Patch Tuesday, we need a screen a screen yards a patch here.
Yeah, exactly right. Let me see. Get Max back in here. Jump back in.
Too fast.
Okay, I hope this is better. Oh crap! What happened?
You lost him.
He was in for a second.
He was.
All right. Let's hope he can jump back in.
Sorry, folks. The producer's off tonight for this
Yeah.
show. So he
Yeah,
his night off.
It's like Elon Musk, the deal's on, the deal's off. The deal's on, the deal's off.
and then everybody's really having a fun time with us. Like, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear this?
Yeah. And we,
Yeah, right. Jump back in, Max. I'd love to have you back on.
Well,
Okay.
okay. Orders.
Yeah. So what's been happening with your photography? I know that you still have your Ron. Do you still have your Mavic 2 Pro?
No, I sold it after a few months after I got the Mavic 3. In fact, I sold it to JC Flying. He was going to use it, I think, he does mapping, and he needed it because it's older. So the SDK was out there, and he could run it with all his various mapping apps.
Okay, so you
I
don't
passed it on
have.
to a good friend. Nobody nicer to the community than JC Flying, John Carroll down there in North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, yeah, John. We had him on last week, and we had a blast with him. He's such a gentleman, so easy
He
going.
is. He flies the old Ron Brown Mavic 2 Pro.
Okay,
I've still got that drone.
yeah, me too. I don't think I'll ever sell it.
So it's still a great drone, yep.
But yeah, yeah. Like these would be classics, you know what I mean? It's like, we'll go to a drone meetup at some point, and we'll bring out the classics. We'll have a line of the classics, just like cars.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, really, it was the first great, it was the first great Mavic because, as revolutionary as the Mavic Pro was, the first one, it really lacked in the camera department or whatever. And then when the Mavic 2 Pro came along, it really took all that goodness from the Mavic Pro and put that dynamite camera and kind of put the camera more in a level of like the Phantom 4 Pro. And it really was a revolutionary drone. Maybe the greatest drone of all time, as far as, it had 3 or 4 years when it was on the top.
It's like the
Yeah,
bar.
and the RC controller was so nice too because we discussed this about the telemetry on your RC, right? You could see the angle you pitch on your camera. You could see all the other flight telemetry that you needed to get back home with.
Yeah, that on the Mavic Pro.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
can
but they're used to the Mavic Pro, yeah.
Yeah, you
And
can fly the
the Mavic Pro,
Mavic Pro without your phone.
Yeah, it's still pretty low on my end. Even jumping out and jumping back in.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh no, it's all good, man. So
Yeah.
I'll jump in the chat. I'll be in the chat, all right?
Okay, perfect.
Okay. See you guys.
All right.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Brian,
later.
I believe the Mavic Pro was the first drone to have a controller with the telemetry on the actual control itself, wasn't it?
No,
For DJI,
no, I think it was the X-Star Premium because you could fly that one like that too.
Oh, that predated the Mavic Pro?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it did a little bit.
A little bit, okay.
Yeah, because that was like the competition for the Phantom 3.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So they
Yeah,
just
but-
made that little. Now I think they only had that on the X-Star Premium. I don't know if they had it on the X-Star, the white one. They had it on the orange one. Had that little screen where you could navigate the drone without using a phone.
Right, and that really is useful if you're trying not to use the phone, that telemetry is really useful.
Right. I mean, all you have to do is follow the arrow. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just know where the arrow's pointing when you take off, and so you could use the arrow to fly it back, even if you couldn't see it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Hey Max, if you can still hear us, jump back in. If you turn off your echo cancellation, maybe that works. I don't know.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bill, for that pro user tip.
Yeah. Well, I think Max, maybe you should take those headphones off. Maybe unplug the headphones.
That's a good way
And
to
just
go.
try to go through the computer speaker.
Brian, I think he mentioned he's on his cell phone, or he's on his phone, not his computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, but on the DJI product line, I think the Mavic Pro was the first one to have the telemetry on the controller.
It was.
Correct.
Yeah,
An airline.
DJI
Yeah.
stuff, yeah, that was
Yeah,
the first
okay.
one. But-
And then it
I still have
continued
my
on.
Mavic.
Yeah, it continued on. Well, that's an awesome drone. Everybody's selling the crap out of it.
Yeah,
Left
I
and
still
right.
have keep in mind. So
Yeah. So,
It was the first, Brian. It was the first foldable drone, correct?
yeah, in that kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it
It
probably
may have
was,
been
but-
a toy drone that folded, but it was the first good drone
Yeah.
that folded.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was. It's still good too, man. It's a beast, man. I had that thing in like 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it, no problem,
Yeah.
no problem
it's
at all.
amazing. It's amazing how.
And it was like 25 degrees that day when I was doing it. It was like 40-mile-an-hour winds and 25 degrees.
Now, Jenna, you still have the Mavic Pro and the Mavic 2 Pro, correct?
yes. Yep.
Wow.
And you still have the Spark, right?
I still have a Spark. Because I kind of upgraded and I
Right.
kept them. I wasn't going to get rid of them. I just, when I have friends who want to learn how to fly, which actually my finance guy wants to learn how to fly drone. So I think maybe we'll go in a couple weeks. So I'll bust out one of the old ones.
Yeah.
So to
Bust
speak.
out the spark.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to make a deal with them. Say, give me a hot tip, and I'll teach you how to fly.
Right. There you go.
Well, my one friend, I taught her how to fly, and I was kind of over her shoulder a little bit because I didn't want. And she liked to be low, right above the trees. And I said, no, you want to do the blah blah blah. So anyway, my next friend that I taught her how to fly. Let's say and I say taught, loosely. I wasn't like, okay, because I'll just let her, fly, learn how to do it. And, she was at tree height, and I said, she'll figure it out. And she thought she was forward, but she wasn't. She went boom right back into a pine tree, way up high. And, finally we got it out after a bit, and it hit a branch on the way down, busted the camera.
Oh no!
I don't think I had DJI camera, or maybe I did, but I figured, I'm gonna replace this camera, and so I did. I went online and watched a bunch of videos, and actually replaced the camera on the Mavic Pro.
Oh, wow.
It works.
That sounds like you, Al.
I know she is awesome. Her and I were working on builds together, and she is rocking it, man. She's got a little 3.5-inch, 4-inch right now. You're ready to put it on beta flight, right? Is ready to go.
Yeah.
You want to show and tell it? Give the audience a look where you're at.
Yeah. Let me go grab it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, Jenna goes out and takes a look at that. I was just kind of going over some of the comments, and it looks like everybody's engaging well, so it's always good to see that. Brian, what's been happening with you? What have you been reviewing?
Been just working. That's all.
Working your butt off?
I haven't done anything. Right. I've been working 12, 60, 70 hours a week for the last 2 months.
And that's because everything breaks during the summer?
No, that's because people are out sick.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. So
No way.
I haven't had it. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't like to fly drones in the heat anyway. During this like July, August, I don't fly anyway. So I don't like to stand out there when it's 92 degrees and have
Unless you fly inside your pool or something.
It's not like it's not like when you're out there flying a drone, you can go hide under some canopy or something like that. You start blocking the GPS and all this other crap. So you have to stand out there in the open for the most part. So I don't like doing that when it's 92 degrees, to be honest.
My secret, Brian, is I roll right out of bed and go out like before 7 a.m. before it heats up.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea also. Yeah, but I just enjoy it so much, that I haven't had too much time to do anything.
Yeah. You had time enough to fly that little Holy Stone drone. That thing looks good.
Yeah.
I did that one, and I did another one right after that, and I'm going to post that one tomorrow. Those were obligations that I had to fulfill. Right. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have done it.
I want to hear funny stories. They contacted me about that reviewing that Holy Stone during the Brian guy. I was thinking about it. I said, this little thing probably won't fly good. I'm going to be real nice and tell him, I'm going to pass this time and so on. And then Brian gets it, flies like, now I want to email him back to, hey, I was wrong. Can you send that now?
Well, I'll send it to you, Ron.
Don't waste the post. I'll fly it one time.
Well, Brian, thank you for sending that other 430 to me. That sucker almost flew away from me, man.
Did it?
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever fly that toy V-copter yet?
Yes, I did. It was freaking scary.
Yeah.
I got all the footage. I never have posted a review, to be honest with you. I have it. And I have it actually in the editor. How you come home. I don't know what your routine is, but I come home, download all the files from the GoPro or the phone and the drone and throw it into the editor itself, so that way the editor knows where to find it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that way I know it's in the editor, and I don't have to remember where the heck, what drive I put it on. And so I'll just open up the editor and start going at it. It's
Right.
in the editor. That's
Well,
all
you
I
know,
say.
you save the project, and then when you go to load the project, it'll load all the files in. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, I
Yeah,
do that too.
yeah. And it's for me, it's the easiest house cleaning way to know what the project you're working on, right? So that way you don't have to go look through those 3 disk drives that are 99% full, right?
Right.
Uh, and I know it's horrifying. If I were to show you my this usage, you'd see like all in red, most of them, and there's 4 drives attached to it. So yeah, it's a lot of footage.
Well, I have an electric scooter coming. I'm really
I
leery of
love
doing.
those
I'm really
reviews.
leery of doing this because I mean I am 64 years old, right? So
Hey, you and I are brothers in age.
Yeah, you don't bounce anymore.
but
You're
I,
right.
I agreed. I told him, I said, yeah, go. I know I've never been on a scooter. I mean, a skateboard. I mean, electric skateboard, not scooter. I have plenty of scooters. I have an electric skateboard coming. I've
No,
never been on a skateboard ever in my life.
They're fun.
So they're sending it out. And I told them, I said, well, I'll try it out. I mean, I can't promise you how great the video is going to be because I never was on an electric skateboard. So I mean, I'm not Casey Neistat or nothing like that.
So you're gonna come out and get on this skateboard, but you're actually gonna be wearing the outfit that they wear when they for attack dogs.
Yeah. No, I'm just wearing my. I do have knee pads, so I'm going to buy some elbow pads. I am going to do that.
well, that's good. And don't really, to be honest with you, you know what the number one thing broken when you ride skateboards or inline skates?
Your pride.
That too.
Yeah.
Your thumbs
Yeah.
and wrist. Okay, so that's why you wear the wrist strap. So that one might be another thing
Okay,
to do.
well,
Because
I
that's
am gonna.
one injury
I
in.
will keep that in mind.
Yeah, I believe it or not, I will wear my wrist straps every time. Every time. Because they have like this big I don't know what to call it, big plastic piece that goes across there like a glove.
Yeah.
So you can skid on those
I'm
pads.
gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, I'm serious. Best $10 ever.
Yeah. Well, this skateboard it only goes from what I've seen on the specs like 17 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for a skateboard. I mean, to me, since I never rode one, 17 miles an hour seems to be pretty hauling for a skateboard, right? Okay, so I mean, I have no idea why some company would want to send some old geezer like me an electric skateboard. I have no idea why, but I guess they already have their market, the people they know that are going to buy it. So maybe they're trying to go, well, if this old geezer can do it, you can do it too. So maybe they're going to try.
That's a heck of an ad campaign. If the old geezer could do it, anybody could do it.
Right.
Everybody likes a crash video.
I mean, I seen one of the YouTube videos on it. Okay, so I they sent me all the details and everything and said, okay, well, we're going to ship this out, and they gave me the link, and I went and looked, and I did a search on YouTube for the video, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, so there's this nice looking young 23-year-old kid, and he's hauling ass on it, and it's got that little tail on there, so he stomps on it and it flips in the air, and he grabs it, and he's zooming down the street and doing all that. Nobody watched the video. I think it had like 300 views, and it was an awesome video. Nobody watched it.
I know, it always works that way. The one you spent like 30 seconds worrying about it, it ends up getting with like 5,000 views in 2 days. You're like, what the heck just happened?
I mean, I could tell this kid put a lot of work into this video, and he was really good. I mean, he even went into stores, and he kicked it, and it would fling up in the air, and he'd said, nobody watched the video.
Oh man, I'm telling you. the
So
way it goes sometimes. In social media, there is no. Um,
There's no rhyme or reason.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
know you get videos that you put all this work into, and you're like, oh, I know this is going to be a big winner. Nobody watches it. You take something, throw it together in 5 minutes, and it does.
I
Yeah.
know. And then it goes like,
Right.
okay,
Yeah,
hey, we have somebody else going to join us tonight. You guys ready?
yeah.
Another
I'm
Mr.
ready.
Oh boy,
Yes. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Hey,
Yeah.
Art.
Carl,
Woohoo. Hey, Jenna,
Hey, Art,
Ron, Brian. Good to
welcome
see you.
in,
Hey,
Art.
Art.
Yep.
how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome.
Art,
Yeah. How about yourself, Jenna?
I'm hanging
Art's
in
got a
there.
new
I'm
house
hanging
this
in there.
week. I see that. You got
Yeah, I'm in my undisclosed location somewhere in Colorado.
The bunker.
I see that.
Got the fire going. Yeah, even though it's not moving.
What's the temperature out in Colorado these days, Art?
It's hot. We're in the mid to upper 90s.
Oh
We did
my.
get up to 100 on Sunday.
Oh my.
what's your humidity like?
Wow,
That's hot.
that is hot. Oh, I don't know how it is by you, Ron, but in Pittsburgh, it's hot as hell.
It just got hot here a few days ago. It was cool up until just a few days ago. Now it's
Yeah.
finally hot here.
Well, I know it's called summer. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it is
it
summer.
does happen every year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But it didn't get to be 100 every year, though.
No, it doesn't. No, I
No.
agree. But it does get hot. Hey, Ron, I did want to ask you one question.
Yes.
I wanted to know if I still have the Hero 9. I'm still using the Hero 9, right?
Fine camera still, yep.
Is it really worth getting the 10?
Okay, the only reason I would recommend a 10 is the touchscreen actually works correctly in the 10. The 9, I was constantly hit if you
Right.
change the setting, like tap, nothing happens.
Right.
The 10, you tap it one time and actually. So if you want to go from 1080p to 4K, tap it once and it hits. On the 9, you can be tapping all day. To change.
Right. Yeah, the 9 is just got a slower processor. That's why it does that.
But of course, Brian, you're at the point now where the new GoPro 11 will be out in about like 2 months from now. So
Yeah.
it's you might as well stay in pat now. Even if you don't want the 11, if you wait until the 11 is out, the 10 will be cheaper.
Yeah. Well, I don't really actually do any. Mine's set. It just the 4K 30 all the time. I never.
If you're 4K
I don't
30,
change the resolution.
4K 30, you have it auto everything or whatever. You never touch the dials.
Right.
That is no use upgrading to the 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I never touch. I just start it and stop it. That's all. And then when I put it in the video editor, usually I save everything at 2.7K. See, I found out that recording in 4K and outputting in 2.7K, it looks better than if you record in 2.7K.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's your
So that's the way I do it.
2.7.
Save your money there and just stick with the 9 then.
Yeah. Okay. I think I will.
Yeah.
I'll just wait for the 11.
Yeah. Are you using ND filters at all with your 9, Brian?
I did at one time, but I found out that because I use the 9 for the bike videos,
Yeah.
not for any. I usually for on the chest cam. Well, what I found out when I did that was going in and out of constant shade and under trees and on the trails, where sometimes you'd get glare and then sometimes it would cause these weird effects in the video.
Oh wow.
So I quit doing that.
Yeah,
So
let me tell you the real reason why you shouldn't use the filters on the Hero 9 is because the whole point of having the Hero is that hyper smooth image stabilization. And once you put an ND filter on, it messes with that hyper smooth, so your video's not studying more. So then you got to like put in a tripod or something if you're using the ND filters. So I would recommend using them unless you're if you're using the hyper smooth feature, which is the whole reason to buy the Hero 9 or 10.
Yeah, well, I did it. I had the ND filter on there for about 5 videos, and I just didn't like the way the video looked.
Yeah.
Well,
Because of the way you would go in and out of the shade and this bright sun. 1 minute I'm driving into the bright sun, and the next minute I'm turned away from it, and so it just kind of didn't like the way the video looked. So
Well, the only way to fix that, Ron, is all manual, real steady. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So it's the way to go if you really want that high quality GoPro videos. Is you have to turn off all your stabilization, and you do all your stabilization in post with real steady, and you lock down all your camera settings to manual. So generally, what I do is just take my GoPro, point it to the sky, start flipping through ISO 200, and then I change my shutter speed setting until I can see the sky. The clouds, and then I'm set, and then I'll leave it. Whatever ND filter I'm using, that's what I use. And then once that's set, then you fly, and or if you have it on your quad, what I usually do is put it on my quad, or if you're walking around with it, then you use it all in real steady. But it's a pain in the ass, Brian, because you still have to go throw your video through real steady. But you
right.
have to go through all those steps of exposing to the brightest section in the sky, and
Well, I
then
thought that the GoPro had that same feature that the iPhone has, where you hold the finger on the screen and it would lock that. Doesn't
Lock
that have that?
exposure? No, I don't think it does. Does it?
I
Does
don't,
it?
I've
I
never
thought the
seen that.
GoPro had that too.
Oh,
And not that I know of. Enlighten me if you
I
know.
thought it did have that. Let me see.
Man, I'd
Put it
love
on
to
my
see something
GoPro.
like that. I've never seen it.
Hold
yeah.
on. Let me turn
Well,
on.
then you just bring up your shadows and darks and everything. You just do all that in post.
Yeah, so at least in post you can bring out some of the shadows, versus just blowing everything out, right? Once you blow
Okay,
everything,
yeah, it does have that. It does have that. It
okay,
does have that.
The
Okay,
tap
so
exposure and
what
all that. Yeah,
it's called spot meter. You hold your finger on
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
This
and then
lock
it'll say
screen.
spot meter,
oh,
and then
nice.
you click yes, and it'll say auto exposure, and then you click yes.
That's
Oh,
fantastic.
So it actually does have that on there on the GoPros. So it works kind of just like the iPhone. You just hold your finger on the screen, and then
Hmm.
the menu will come up, and then
Good.
you can do whatever you want.
I'm
That's
glad
our,
some of
that's
these
our
comments.
GoPro tutorial for today. Okay.
Thank you,
That's
Well,
Brian. I've
the whole
learned
beauty, the whole
something.
beauty of the hero, non-hero to any hero is to put it on, put the the stabilization on, put auto on or whatever, choose your setting, and it usually gets fantastic video with very little input from the user.
right, right. Well, I
yep.
found out the more I mess with my GoPro, the worse the video was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through that scenario too, and I'm like, what the F did I do? I spent a whole day out there in the field, and I come home and look at my freaking GoPro video, and it sucks. What am I gonna do? I don't want to go redo this whole thing. I'm like, okay, screw it. No, no GoPro video.
Well, I asked that guy lives in New Jersey, does the RC car, Shen RC. I don't know if you know him, but he uses the
Oh,
GoPro all the time. And I asked him, I said, how do you make your videos look so good with the GoPro? He goes, he goes, just leave everything on automatic. He goes, don't worry. He goes, that's all I do.
That's what I do. I still have the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. I've got the black and the silver. I have the GoPro 5 black and the GoPro 7 black. And I use my DJI Osmo Pocket a lot too. So if you go watch my fishing videos, that's all I use. And on my drone videos for my intro and outro, that's with the Osmo Pocket. Some of the other videos that's not from the drone will be from the GoPros.
Yeah.
Nice.
that is really nice. I've been watching some really, really interesting riding through. This one lady, I just came across it. So I was looking for Mayan ruins in the Yucatan Peninsula, and I came up with this channel, and her name is Itchy Boots, and she rides a motorcycle from Ecuador all the way to Alaska. And this was episode 6. This is some of her travels. She has over 1.6 million subscribers,
The Max Lens mod.
Say again, Ron?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Max
yeah, yeah.
Lens mod on it.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. It's got the microphone cage. You know, has
The
yeah.
media mod.
The media
yeah,
mod.
media mod on it. And that's
Yeah.
what she's using.
Media mod, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll just share my screen.
Yeah,
with
I've got that, but I actually use the Rode for wireless, and it works good.
Let me see. Yeah, this is her channel. Let me see. Itchy Boots is her name. Let me see. Let me speed forward. And you can see the GoPro here, right there. See that? She has it mounted on her motorcycle.
Yeah.
And she also has another one mounted right here with the mod. You see that, Ron?
That looks like her phone on the motorcycle handles in it, and that looks like
No,
a
no,
GoPro.
that's actually a Garmin. So that's
Okay.
a GPS.
Yeah,
Who's the guys with the shotguns?
Well,
So I
she's
wanna
going
know.
through Ecuador, and we're talking about areas she's going from all the way from Ecuador to Alaska, guys. This is an amazing channel. If you want to watch a very courageous woman ride by herself on a motorcycle from Ecuador to Alaska, this is it. Now, I found it by accident because I was looking for Copan, Tikal, and I can't remember how to pronounce it, Mayan ruins. And this is the research that I come up with. But you can see that this footage right here is from the GoPro 10 mounted on her helmet. And
Look how funny that is.
left hand quadrant, you'll see the GoPro 10 bouncing all over the place. And she does her whole channel using that. And that is it. The audio sucks at times, but it's amazing ride along. You know what I mean? Just the whole time, it feels like you're there as her looking over her shoulder. So it's
Yeah.
really pretty decent. But anyway, the point was, this is a GoPro only video that's the only camera she's using on this whole trip. Because you can imagine riding on a motorcycle, you really can't take that much gear. And
Yeah.
she used the GoPros and the DJI Air 2S.
Well, she doesn't like waiting on the traffic, I see.
No, she's very brave, man. She jumps all the way up to the front line and just cruises by these roadblocks. People always try to stop her, and she just like blows by them because she doesn't trust anybody. So we're talking about, and she's from Holland, so she's blonde hair, blue eyes, so she's gonna stand out like a sore thumb in Latin America, you know.
All right.
And
Now,
so,
I thought that was the New Jersey Turnpike for a minute when I saw it.
it looks like it until you see this, right? And then it's just a free for all, man. You just got to get
Right.
out.
I can see that.
Wow.
You just get your ass going down the road and you're okay. So this channel is amazing because of the GoPro, and that's all she's using for her channel. And she's using it. It looked like to me, if we ever get a shot from the handlebar GoPro facing the helmet, you'll see that she has another wire hooked up to it, and I think that's her power or the microphone. I don't know, but this is the kind of roads that she loves. She doesn't like the pavement road. She likes to ride on this like trail roads because she's using a Honda CFL 300, so it's an enduro bike that's light enough to throw around and to be able to manage, like being able to get it out of the gutter when you drop it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an amazing channel, guys. So I want to just promote that. I'll stop sharing here.
It's awesome, but I have a friend who pretty much does the same thing. She's an ATV rider. She's ridden in Mexico all the way up to Alaska.
Oh wow!
Great friends. We met in college, and yeah, it's an amazing life. I give her a lot of credit for doing what she does, and for the most time, she rides alone, but like her, I'm sure, I mean, there is a network of people and riders. They all know about each other and where these stops are and who they can trust and where they go, where they can get help. It's amazing. And I mean, you want to talk about an adventure, set out on something like that, but basically, yeah, I mean, do it alone.
Next year.
You do it alone, but there
And
are,
Brian, on your scooter.
yeah,
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're
on,
not,
on a skateboard.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Sorry, go ahead, Jenna. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
yeah, no worries. No, it's amazing. I mean,
That lifestyle is amazing. The freedom you must have, because I love skiing on the water and on the snow. But on the snow, it's just so much freedom because I no longer need a driver. I no longer need a rope to pull me, and I can just let it go wherever you want. And in this case, you just have a throttle, you know, and just open it up and go. And you know, and seeing how brave these ladies are, it just is so empowering to me. Here she is just rocking it down these country roads and like in the middle of nowhere of Ecuador, right? And the only thing that's keeping her going is that Garmin she has there. And there's the Air 2S shot right there. So, and the only reason why I saw it, she actually got stuck in the mud going up to one of the Mayan ruins, and she had to drag the bike out of the mud, and she opened up one of the pouches to get something, and I go, I know that drum. That's the Air 2S. The reason why is so the signature of the front sensors is because you have those four sensors up front. As soon as you see that nose, you know that's the Air 2S because it got those four sensors up front. But yeah, and so it's there's again Air 2S channel. So it's just amazing that we have individuals that can, I mean, go for years riding and allowing us to go on this ride along. You know what I mean? Because this is season 6, episode 80 or something like that. That I was looking at.
that's great.
So she's had like 10, 20 years of making video on the road. And it's crazy.
It's so
All
cool.
right, enough of that.
Wow, that is cool.
What is going on?
Very cool.
It's cool, right? It's empowering. Doesn't that make you feel good? Like you want to like overachieve now?
Mhm.
Fly Guy Morel's asking what her channel name was once more, Al.
Say again, Ron?
Fly Guy Morel wants to know what her channel name is again.
Itchy Boots.
Could
Itchy
you spell that, Al? That's
Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and put
Yeah,
it in.
drop the channel link in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me just go ahead and drop it in there. Yeah, and
Because when you say her channel names, it sounds like you're just speaking gibberish or whatever.
I know, right?
Because
I'm
it's a
sorry.
crazy channel name.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
She's got her own.
Man, I don't have that channel
she's got her
name.
own
Nobody
website,
would
too.
remember my channel.
Yeah, Itchy Boots.
Yeah,
Right,
she's got
Al?
a website too
Yes.
with the same name.
Itchy Boots.
Yep.
That's great.
Not Machu Picchu
No.
Yeah, I mean,
or Chichen Itza.
and that's how I was able to find her because I was looking for Mayan. Sorry, I did a Control V, I did a Captain V, but the channel name is there in the chat, and it's one of those things that I'll probably because when I saw her adventure trying to get to those Mayan ruins in the Yucatan Peninsula. Um, I watched like 5 episodes, and then I was like, wait a minute, where does she start? Because she named her motorcycle Alaska. And it took me a little bit to figure out. And I was like, oh, she's talking about Alaska. Alaska did this and that. I was like, oh, she personalized her motorcycle. And so I was like, okay, I got to watch where she left and where she landed. She left Holland, drove to UK on a motorcycle, packed it up, had a ship there, and then flew to Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador, she wanted to start in Peru, but Peru had shut down because of the 2021 pandemic, and so the only place that was available for her to fly into was Quito, Ecuador, and that's where she started. And so now I'm going to follow her from Ecuador all the way up to Guatemala. And then I'm going to skip that section because I already watched it and then watch the rest of it go through Mexico all the way through the U.S. up to Alaska. But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Now we better get our mods busy. I think we got a troll in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. That's the same troll that hit me last weekend.
Yeah. Get the mods on them.
Yep. The mod squad.
Yeah, get the mod squad and knock them out. Aren't you and I the only ones old enough to know what the mod squad is? Probably.
Yeah.
So we're watching Naked XDXZY. Okay. See
Yeah.
ya.
The Mod Squad,
Don't bother us again, please.
just like with Room 222.
Oh,
Yep.
there's another good oldie. Yeah.
Yep. Mhm. How about the Flying Nun?
Oh, I love to find that when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Flying
My
Nun.
mom, the car.
Oh, now you're going way back, Art.
Yeah.
I only saw that in repeats. That was in black and white.
Father knows best.
Another good one. How about My Three Sons?
My Three Sons. Petticoat Junction.
Oh, that and
Ooh.
Green Acres. I mean, those are like
Green
Acres was
is the
number
place
one.
to be.
Okay.
And they were all spin-offs of Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we were talking unbelievable blondes, right? If you're a sucker for blondes, you had to watch those.
yeah, that was great stuff. And Get Smart.
Yeah.
Get smart. Here's some trivia. How many different cars did Maxwell Smart drive in the opening?
Don Adams, right?
No, the car that he
Yeah,
drove.
how many cars?
Yeah.
I don't remember, Art.
There were 4 of them. He drove a Carmen Ghia,
Ooh,
Sunbeam Tiger,
English car.
Opel GT,
Ooh,
and a Lamborghini.
they're all classics. Hey, wait a minute. That Lamborghini, how did it get in? The other like affordable, and then you throw a Lamborghini.
It was a small car.
That was a
At
small
that time.
Lamborghini.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Well,
little one.
sorry, Al. We just turned your drone show into the old TV show.
You know, yeah, I was thinking Dream of Genie, man. I mean,
I
Yep.
love
I
Genie.
Dream of Genie and Hogan's Heroes.
Yep.
oh yeah, Schultz. I think my dog likes.
I think Al, we need the cone of silence.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Hey, Art, how about McHale's Navy?
McHale's Navy. Yep. hmm
that's when Schultz came along, right? Yeah. Okay, Leo, it's okay. It's just
I think Lou's a big Hogan's Heroes fan.
oh, there you go, Ron. There you go.
Remember those dogs used to bark at the beginning of Hogan's Heroes, Art? Remember in the
Oh,
little
that's
thing,
the
the German Shepherds used to bark at the beginning?
Yep. hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, and LeBeau would.
Yeah.
Well, we've come around to the end of the show, guys. So we got about 5 minutes. And so think about something shameless promotion or something you want to promote. I already did Itchy Boot, so I'll leave it at that. Promotion. So let's start with Jenna. Jenna, anything you want to promote? I know you had a wonderful
Yes,
weekend.
actually, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it or not, but I'm going to promote this guy right here.
Ooh.
And the
Monarch Butterfly.
Beautiful.
And why am I promoting the Monarch Butterfly today? Because the Monarch Butterfly today was officially. Oh, Hawkeye. Hawkeye, stop. The Monarch Butterfly today, I'm sorry, was officially put on the endangered species list.
Oh.
Wow. Hey, Jenna, was Hawkeye named after Hawkeye Pierce from MASH?
No, he was just he was kind
He's
of
from Iowa.
Yeah, he
The
was
Hawkeye.
I don't remember.
Sorry, I was just trying to tie an old TV show into the
Right.
theme. I couldn't
Yeah,
resist the
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye Pierce reference.
If I had another dog named BJ, then yes, you would know that would be the case. But
Okay.
I don't.
Howdy doody. Yeah, right.
But yeah,
I know, I'm laughing at that, dude.
that's my shameless plug is for the Monarch Butterfly. So plant a native plant.
There we-
There we go. Ron, how about you? You're up next, man. I'm just going to go around the clock.
Of course, that wasn't a shameless plug because you didn't plug yourself or whatever. I'll do a real shameless plug. Get over to the Ron Brown YouTube channel and check out all the Mini 3 videos I've been posting lately. And I do sneak in a Mavic 3 video once in a while. I got an Air 2S video coming up, so I'm trying to mix up a little bit there. But that's my shameless plug of the evening. I'll throw it over to Brian Singleton. He could probably plug a whole bunch of stuff.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, get over to Ron Brown's channel and watch his Mini 3 videos.
There we go.
I've been watching them because I haven't got mine yet, but I'm waiting for it to pop up at my Best Buy down on the corner here.
My Best Buy doesn't have it yet either, Brian.
But when mine does, I'll get it.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Brian.
until then, I won't.
And Art, here we go.
Well, I just released a video of the review that I did on the Parrot Swing, which was donated by Marcus Crawford of Idaho Quadcopters. Good shout out for Marcus. Thank you very much. And also my live stream every Saturday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern Time, where I give away a box of Instruments almond toffee, and I also give away cool Artco stickers. So
show that again. Show those stickers again, please.
We like stickers.
There we go. I like it, Artco.
Nice, Art.
Thank you, Art.
Yep.
Well, that is it. So we've come to the end of the show. It's been a wonderful time tonight, guys. Thank you so much for dropping in, Ron, Brian, Art, and of course, lovely Jenna. Thank you for carrying the show. I appreciate you doing that. So with that said, how do we say goodbye, Art?
Bye.
I got it. All right. Let's wait for goodbye, everybody. Let's go.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for stopping in.